Hi, I'm Ian and I'm the Lonely Chef. And we have a fabulously funny show for you in the next half an hour. At the end of the show there's a number and I want you to jot it down and call me because, well, I'm single and I'm looking for a date and possibly a relationship and who knows, maybe even marriage. I'm looking to meet somebody special. I'm fabulously wealthy. I want to settle down and I want to share this wealth with that special person and just live happily ever after. So enjoy the show and hopefully we'll meet. Until we do, goodbye. Oh, one more thing. I do happen to lie an awful lot.
Lonely, I've been searching for so long. Lonely, only hoping you're the one who will change my life and make these dreams come true. Lonely, the time goes on and on. Lonely, still searching for the one. I would sail the 7 oceans, across the burning sand, till the day I find you, never to be lonely again. I love to go along the mountain trail, and as I go, I love to sing. My knapsack got my back. I love to go wandering along the mountain track, and as I go, I love to be my whatever the words are. Anyway, what have I got here? I got the old coffee pot. I got the old lantern. Yes, you see, I did it. I went on a 30-mile backpack track, and I met the love of my life. This lady could be kind of special. Yes, we're going camping together, but first we're going to have a really nice little camping picnic right here at the old apartment, if you know what I mean. Then we've got planned a 30-mile night hike. Where hopefully we'll be able to take a packaged dessert. Anyway, it's going to be lots of fun, so stay with us and we'll be right back with some beautiful steak tenderloins. Okay, now, this girl that I am cooking for is an absolute avid camper. I'm going to cook up something that I would cook up in the field any day. And she's going to be here in a few minutes' time. She's a great gal. And as I said, I met her on a 30-mile hike. And I offered to carry her pack, and which I did, of course, being a gentleman, as well as my own and several others. And, what? But anyway, we're going to cook up something very simple, and she's going to be here in just a few minutes. What we're going to have is some tenderloins. Now, tenderloins, I think, are one of the best cuts of meat, and they're sort of really not cooked up that much by people except restaurants who charge you an awful amount of money for this sort of stuff. But these are the tenderloins here. I'll bring some over here. They're nice cuts of meat, and when they're cooked, the way that I cook them, they're absolutely delicious. They're tender, they're covered with béarnaise sauce. They just drip. There's mushrooms, and we'll put some vegetables with them and stuff. And it's just delicious. So the first thing that we'll do is we want to smack these a couple of times. So I've got my trusty little tent peg driver here. And you don't need to beat these very much because they're tender anyway, but I just want to use my tent peg driver, get in the mood, you know, and And I've got a really funny story about camping. I'm not sure if I'm able to tell it to you, but anyway, this is what you do. You just bang a couple of times each one, turn them over. 10 pegs, 10 pegs, 10 pegs, 10 pegs, 10 pegs, tents up, tents up, tents up. All right, all we got to do is put this into a pan. We're going to throw in a clove of garlic. So we just bang this together. Where's my heavy knife? Don't have it, so what the heck? Let's get the old 10 peg thing again. Oh my word, look at that baby go. Boy, I can put a tent up in about 30 seconds. But it, see, I have to be really careful what I say here. But anyway, we're going to get this, oh, my word, can you smell that garlic? I'm going to put another one of those in here. I got to tell you something funny. I was in a relationship not too long ago, about 9 years ago. And I met this girl, and I don't think she liked me because she was seeing somebody else at the time. But I think her relationship was just sort of ending kind of thing. Oh, this just smells delicious. Anyway, I said, you know, what are you doing this Friday? She said, well, I'm going camping. I'm going to do some water skiing. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. I said, that's great. You know, can I come along? And she says, okay. So I left, and I phoned her up, and I said, well, I'm ready. I turned up on her doorstep, actually, with all my gear and stuff. And she'd forgotten about me. So she was in this situation where she sort of had to take me along kind of thing. Anyway, we got there about midnight, and everybody was asleep and stuff. And I got my tent out because, you know, I believe in safe camping. And she had her tent. And, well, it's true. You have to be careful. And so anyway, I started putting my tent up and found that I'd forgotten my tent poles. And, well, what can I say? I asked to borrow hers, and she wouldn't let me. So I slept out in the frost, and I actually walked back 30 miles to a hotel because I didn't want to impose myself on her. Now, that's the kind of guy that I am. So anyway, we're going to stick these steaks in here. Oh, listen to that sizzle. Something about sizzle that sort of cranks me up, gets me going. Just listen to that. Now, what we're going to do is put a little vodka in here, which is going to make it a touch different. I got some vodka over here. Are you ready for this? Are you ready? How many glugs do we want? Whoa! Now, if we want such a thing as a little campfire, we could set light to that if I had some matches, but I don't see any matches, so I'll grab what we do in the campgrounds. We get a little flame, and hey, we got ourselves a campfire. Oh, that looks good. All right, what am I looking for here? Just going to turn these. Oh, look at that. That's delicious. All right. We'll just let those cook. I'm going to be back in just a few minutes, and we'll finish this béarnaise sauce, and we've got a special dessert. It's going to be just absolutely delicious, and then that young lady is going to come here, and we're going to plan our camping trip. So, all right. We'll get back to you in just a second. Stay with us. We'll be right back. Now you have to have a look at these tenderloin steaks here. Look how nice and juicy these things are. See, I can cut into this so easily. It's so tender, just perfect. All right, we're going to make up a dessert, and this is one of my favorite old-time English desserts. And I don't know if I'm supposed to mention names on this program or something, but this, well, what the heck, it's Bird's custard, and it's really good stuff. I'd recommend this because there's no other custard like it. Again, I don't do any measurements here, but basically what you do is put in a couple of those babies, like so. And how many glugs? Well, let me see here, about that many. And you just whisk this as you're cooking it. Now I'm going to put this onto this one over here. And the important thing here is to keep stirring this. Now, in this part over here to my left, I have some mushrooms that are just perking away in some butter. And they'll be served up with the meal. And of course I have some nice potatoes also on the side. Now it's important to keep stirring the custard because it sort of goes through this process of thickening and so on. I've whisked it. Now I'm going to get my little spatula and just get this out of the edges here. It's a terrific custard. Now while that's just going along nicely, I'm going to put that on low. I'm going to slice a few kiwi fruit here. Because what we're going to do is make a very attractive dessert with some kiwi slices. Look at the color of those things. I don't know why they called this a kiwi fruit. I mean, why would they call this a kiwi fruit? You know, they got a sort of a hairy texture. Why not call it a hairy fruit? You know, I mean, why not? It's, and that's another thing. You know, what happens to all the hair in the world? I mean, I shave every day. Have you ever thought about that? You know, where does all the hair from all the men's faces go in the world? Where does all the hair from armpits go? Where does all the hair from legs go? You know, thinking about this, you know, there's got to be one giant hairball around somewhere. Think about it. That's another thing. Where do smells go? All the smells, where do they go to? Is there a big sort of pocket up in the air somewhere where all these smells go to? Is there a smell heaven? Oh, what's this? Nobody's supposed to be knocking this time of day. Let me see who's at the door. Oh my gosh. Claire, you're early. Come on in. Hi. Come on in. This is Claire.
Whoa, I'm like embarrassed. Like if I knew it was formal, I would have worn my camouflage.
Well, come on in. You're early. I wasn't expecting you. I haven't quite finished the meal yet. Well, this girl is certainly worth walking 30 miles for, as you can plainly see. Claire, why don't you come on over here?
Can I put my shoes down?
Yeah, put your shoes down. Oh. I see you have your stick now.
Yeah, you said bring your own steak, eh?
No, I said stick. I said stick, Claire. Come on in, Claire. I said stick. Let's put this down, Claire. I'm just in the process of cooking you up this beautiful meal here. It's sirloins, and it's absolutely delicious. We have mushrooms, we have custard, we have kiwi fruits here. This is starting to thicken. Could I get you to stir this while I finish off this this thing?
You know what? I'm really embarrassed. I thought we were eating out.
Well,
I brought all my stuff, eh?
Well. Just keep stirring, Claire. Keep stirring. What we're going to be doing is having this. This. This is going to be one heck of a day.
It's got this stuff in it, man.
Well, you have to keep stirring. And what we're going to do is we're going to have these wonderful steaks, potatoes. And if there's any dessert left, we'll have some of that too. What we're also going to do, and I thought rather than going out, what we would do is go over into the living room and we'll set up a little picnic and camp out. How's that sound?
Yeah, all right.
Well, so much for excitement. Well, I've got a couple more things to do here, and one of the things that I have to do is to prepare some tomatoes and some broccoli. Do you like tomatoes? Keep stirring, Claire. It's yes, I think we're going to have a very interesting date. It's a good job that we've got lots of food here.
What is this stuff, anyway?
Well, are you sure you're the girl that I met on this trip? The 30 miles that I walked and carried your pack? Was it you?
Yeah,
Yeah, I thought it was.
Remember I
Yeah.
talked to you about your legs and how they shake when you walk? You just have to go do another 30 miles or so. They'll firm up, really.
We also need a little broccoli, which will just keep healthy, you know. I think that Claire is really into health. We should put a little more milk in there if you'd like to keep stirring,
Sure.
Claire. You're doing a great job there. Just keep going. Well, I think that we're just about ready. What I want to try and do is give you a few camping tips, cooking on the range, so to speak.
I could really get into this.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun, isn't it? I mean, cooking is romantic, especially when you do it like this, you know. It's more like cooking for divorce. But anyway, I mean, I'm just joking, of course. I mean, that's beautiful. You're doing a great job.
Thanks.
Are you related to Telly Savalas by any chance with the lollipop, you know?
Well, you never know when you'll need some energy, eh?
This could mean something. Are you saying that I may need some energy tonight?
Well, I bought my lingerie, eh?
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Oh. Well, what can I say? We'll go to a commercial and we'll come back. We'll have our little picnic all set up. We're going to be so full of energy that who knows what kind of sparks are going to fly around the campfire tonight. And this dessert is absolutely fabulous, I can tell. Just look at this. See you in a couple of minutes.
Great.
Oh, we've got to do that again. Oh. All right. Where were we? We were talking about tent pegs and poles, right? Well, this is the result of Claire the camper's dessert, which looks absolutely delicious. But I think I'm going to get her to take both of these over to the table, and we're going to, don't go yet, we've got some more stuff for you. And we want Claire to set up the thing, and I'm just going to finish off the béarnaise sauce to put over the steaks. And this is going to be one interesting date. So, Claire, you go off there, and I'll just finish over here and do this.
Like, don't miss me.
I won't. Okay, I've just got to finish off this béarnaise sauce here. It's almost done. You might be able to see this. I'll turn this up. Just put that on high. And thicken it up, and this just smells absolutely delicious. Now these tenderloins, they're probably named that for a reason. Now you see that's starting to thicken. Can you see that sauce there? All right. How you doing over there, Claire? You're okay? Good. I think she's pretty comfortable. This is going to be one wild date. All right. Oh, where was I? All right, here we go. Now this is the béarnaise sauce going over the steaks and the potatoes. Look at that. Oh. Let me do the other one here. Oh my gosh, look at that. Now this béarnaise sauce is absolutely delicious. The tenderloins that are done in vodka, and we have just a few mushrooms that we're going to put on there, and these have been cooked in butter, so we'll just put these over here like so. And what a delicious meal. This is the kind of stuff that I normally cook up when I'm camping either on Everest or K2, or when I'm walking 30 to 60 miles on a particular hike carrying several packs. All right, well, I hope that Clara's all set up and ready for this wild picnic. Let's see what she's up to and follow me. We'll take this over here. Well, Clara, how you doing?
All right.
Hey, way to go. Look at this. Now,
Great fruit.
Isn't this romantic? Could you move your cups here, Claire, and we'll get that over here. I think we have some wine in here. I'll give you a little wine.
All right, as long as it's fresh. None of the musty old stuff, eh?
Well, actually, it's leftovers from the expedition that I did to Istanbul several years ago when I was investigating and doing work for the Secret Service in England. But enough about enough about me. But what do you want to do in life, Claire?
Well, I figure I got two options. I could be like a forest ranger and like save bears, or I really love children. I'd like to like teach them.
You don't want to save them?
Well, I'd like to like, you know, grow them up right and like teach them like how to do things right and proper and all that stuff. I think that's really important.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, like making dessert, you know, for romantic meals. I mean, look at this.
Fabulous.
Fabulous, isn't it?
Like, do you have cutlery or do you eat with your hands?
Have you been into this wine already? Let's have a little wine here. Oops.
Oh, I love the little cap in it. Whoa.
You gotta rough it, you gotta rough it. Here, have a little wine. Now, isn't that romantic? Now, can I propose a toast?
Toast? Sure.
What shall we toast to? Let me...
How about some cutlery?
Well, I don't want to sort of, you know, do it... Oh, well, there's cutlery over there. Why don't you just pull that over there? Yeah, we can dig in. Now, just taste that tenderloin with that béarnaise sauce. Isn't this great? Camping gear. Well, we don't have forks, but that's camping.
Okay.
Why don't you try that? For a copy of the program, or the Lonely Chef cookbook, or to be my special guest, call 1-800-665-CHEF. Or if you'd like to write to me personally, my address is P.O. Box 740, Everson, Washington, 98247. And when taping The Lonely Chef, I stay at the beautiful Fantasyland Hotel and Resort, which is part of the adventure of the West Edmonton Mall. Join me.